Hey y'all, it's supper time. Cooking for one person, cooking for me. We're gonna have a big fat pork chop tonight. Look at this thing, how pretty it is. Look at that. I'm fixing to fry this pork chop, and I'm gonna cut me up 2 potatoes, and that's gonna be my supper. I would eat a tomato, but I don't have any. I don't have any. So I'm just gonna cut this up really quickly, and we are going to get it going. We're going to get it going. If I can find a knife. What did I do with my knife, y'all? Hold on a minute. Found it. Found it. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, Brenda, why do you use it? Don't you have a paring knife? And I said, I surely do have a paring knife. But I was raised on these big knives. So when you're raised on them, I cut mine in force like that, and then just go like this, and look at that. How easy that is. We're going to have 2 potatoes tonight. Just cut it down like that. And I already washed my potato. You got to wash it and dry it. Because if it's slicky, it won't cut easy. And then go this way, and there you go. I don't use a chopping block to cut up potatoes. There's just no use. I just hold it with my hand and cut it right up. I'm gonna put it on this back eye over here. We're gonna turn it on high. High. All right, got that going. Now let's fix our pork chop. See, there's our potatoes right over there. And we're gonna fix our pork chop in this little bitty skillet right here. I love a good fried pork chop. I surely do. And they're very reasonable. Some of y'all don't eat pork, but I do. Of course, I've eaten it all my life, you know. I have eaten it all my life. We used to love, Mother would fix pork chops and cream potatoes and gravy sometimes. And then sometimes she would fix pork chops and macaroni cheese. Let's do the other side too. These are nice, pretty ones, I know that. I don't usually put anything else on my pork chop. I just put flour and salt and pepper. That's it. I've got a little thing of, this is some white lily, and it's self-rising. You can't, if you don't have self-rising, you can do it in plain, but self-rising has salt and everything in it, so it just seems to taste better. The goodie tastes better when you got it like that. But I got me plenty of good flour on there. Shake it a little bit, and when your grease gets hot, we're gonna put it in. I don't want my grease to be too hot, because I'm going to slow cook it. All right, it ain't even hot at all. It's just sitting in that grease. I went outside today and straightened up my porch. Y'all want to go out and see what I did to it while the pork chop's cooking? Let me get it sizzling, and then we'll turn it down and go out. It's beginning to a little bit. Let me rinse my hands off. I put my hummingbird feeder out on the front porch because I felt like that the water was getting too hot in it. You know, if you have it in the sun, then that it heats up, and sometimes your sugar that you put in that water sours, and you don't want to do that to your hummingbirds. And the one that the other day, I thought I didn't have any more, but he came back, so I think I've got 2. All right, this is beginning to sizzle just a little bit right here. So I'm going to turn it down to about medium. And I'm going to put a top on it. And we let let our potatoes boil back there. Let's go ahead and add some salt to our potatoes. And that'll be a good thing. All right. Y'all ready? You ready? Let's go. Let me turn you around where you can see. To take you out of your stand. A lot of y'all have asked me what my stand looks like. That's it right there. That is 6 years old. I must say, it is a good one. All right, we're going to go out on the porch. Here are my peaches. I decided to put them in a pretty platter, which I did. And I've eaten 2 of them today, and they were wonderful. Do y'all have you a set of these? I take them and do hand lifts. You see me in the mirror over there? I put them in here because I made a deal with myself that every time I walk by that buffet that I need to pick them up and do about 10 things. All right, so here's my hummingbird feeder right there, hanging right there. And what happened today, the hummingbirds couldn't get in it because the bees kept getting on it. So I fixed some extra water and put it down there for the bees. It's got sugar water down there. And I'm leaving this up here. See, there's a bee right there. Where is he? I want y'all to see him. Let me get over here. I saw him just see. There he is. See him? He keeps coming up here. He likes that sugar water too. All right, so here's what I did to my porch. I bought me a little red table at an estate sale. It is it's a wicker table. And I thought it would be so handy right here by this chair. If somebody had a cup of coffee, they could just put it right there and it would be so nice. I put this stool in the middle of those 2 chairs. This is a homemade stool out of a piece of a log, and what they did is they used their power saw and made it. It was Jimmy Marley made it for me when I owned an antique shop, and it says Sweet Gum Bottom Antiques. Okay, and here's this plant I put over here, and many of you have sent me these little plant decorator things right here. Let me get right here where I can show you. These, I don't know what you call them, but they go in plants and look so pretty. And I've got them all in here displayed. And then that picture up there is one that a follower painted. Boy, isn't it beautiful? They did a great job. And over here, I've got my bird houses. I kind of rearranged them. I was getting tired of the same old, so I put them over here and like that. And I've got my churn and all down here. Now this rocker, that is a Paul Bunyan rocker. I've got it covered up with that something to sit in because it got rained on years and years ago, and it wasn't solid wood. It had that veneer on it, and the veneer came off. Here's another bird house over here, and that thing right here, do y'all know what this is? Do you know what this is right here? This thing right here. I'm going to see if y'all know. I'm not going to tell you. I know you know that other thing is a screwdriver. All right, there's a toolbox. I keep water in those usually so I can put fresh flowers in them. That boxwood's been there for maybe 25 years. I fixed my tablecloth back on my table outside. I usually change that tablecloth about once every 2 weeks because I don't eat out here as much. But the other one I put it in the washing machine. I washed it good. This is a plant that a follower gave me, and she said, do you want to leave it at the Cottle house or your house? I said, I'm taking it to my house. I want to enjoy it. And look at the size of those leaves on there. Aren't they pretty? They're really good. Okay, and this one was kind of looking peaked, so I watered him good. He doesn't look as perky as he's supposed to. All right, let's see what else I've got here. Now that table right there, that's one that George made for me when we had a big storm and it knocked down a pine tree. So he cut out a wedge out of it and did that. This quilt over here is one that one of my followers made me, and I changed it. In other words, I could have it on that side sometimes and have it on this side sometimes, and it feels good to me when I'm out here at night sitting on my swing, because I sit on my swing a lot at night and just listen to the night sounds. And so I like to have the quilt on it. It feels good. This is my mother-in-law tongue over here, and it's doing good. And there's a wasp, I think. He's trying to find that. All right, this is my mother's. She died. She would be 100. She's been gone now probably, let's see. Well, she's been gone 15 years, almost 20. And this was her plant. And I break it off, and I've got a lot of it. I give it to the grandchildren, and also they could have their great-grandmother's plant. I hadn't transplanted that in a long time. I just add a little dirt to it. This is something I bought at an antique store and had somebody help me to hang it up. I just loved it. I think it's a half of a door, but it's a really wide door, I know that. And then here's the one that's the mother of a million. Remember I showed you that plant, and it makes these little babies, and they fall off and grow new plants. Okay, let's go check our pork chops, because we might need to turn them. I hope I didn't burn them. Hope it didn't burn. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Turn it down a little. Potatoes are boiling good. Let's check our pork chops and see what's going on. Woo, Brenda, you got it too high. Lord have mercy. Turn that down to low. Let's get us a fork out. Where's my granny fork? I don't know where it is. I'll flip it over with this knife right here. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. Gosh, that looks good. I turned it down some. Okay. All right. Let's let it cook a minute. Hey, y'all, everything's done. It's time to eat supper. All right, so I've got my potatoes back here in those cubes. It didn't take hardly any time to cook them. They did really quickly. I'm just going to put those on my plate here. And I'll show you what I'm going to put on them. I cooked with 2 potatoes. And yes, I'm going to eat all of it. I'm hungry. I've had a long day and I worked all day. All right, here are my potatoes. Hot. Right there. And here's what I'm going to put on them. I like to put a little butter on mine. Now, my butter dish is about empty, but it'll be plenty. I'm going to put about a big tablespoon on there. Does that look good to you? It does to me. Hey, why don't I just use it all? Why don't I just do that? And I can wash this up tonight and get it cleaned up. Put it over there with that. All right, so we've got our butter on it. Stir it around and get it good and done. We've already salted them, but I want a little pepper. And I want some cheese. I grated up some sharp cheese. I'm going to put that on top of it. I'm going to put on a little bit of sour cream. I like a little sour cream. Now, some of y'all don't like it, and you don't have to use it. But I love this stuff. Big thing of that. Now it's time to get up our pork chop. It's wanting to stick a little bit. That's that goodie right there. Here's our pork chop. And I'm going to stir this around and I'm going to eat it because that's the good part. I'm going to turn it up. I love this part. That's your goodie in there. Can y'all see that goodie? That's your crumblies, your goodie. And it's some of the best because it's really, all it is flour and grease and all that good flavor from the pork chops. You could make you some gravy tonight, pork chop gravy, but I don't want any. This is all I wanted, are those potatoes and that pork chop. And I don't know how long I cooked it. Y'all will have to, what you need to do is, when you're cooking a pork chop, you need to cook it thoroughly, but you don't need to just, when you put a top on it like I did, it helps it. Now that is some good stuff right there. I'm going to put it right on top. I love this part. Okay. My supper is done. I'm going to be one satisfied little girl. Look at that. It looks good, doesn't it? A fried pork chop and 2 potatoes. It didn't take long. We stayed out on the porch most of the time. And I'm going to fix to eat this for my supper. I do not want any bread tonight. And because this is my bread right here, this crunchy part. Ooh, it's hot. And so I'm going to eat this tonight. I will take a bite of my potato for you. If I can find my fork drawer. There you go. Wait a minute. Now then, let's take a bite of this potato. I'm going to mix it in with this good cheese and all this good stuff that's on it. Look at that. You talking about delicious. Oh my goodness. My mouth starts watering before I can even get it in there because I love it so much. Perfect. Let me get my knife and I'll cut this pork chop. Make sure it's done inside. That knife's not, I need a steak knife. Wait a minute, let me get me another different knife. That's my cooking knife right there. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, this is better. Yes, it's done. There it is. And I know it'll be good too. Hot. There's the goodie. Y'all have a wonderful night. When the pork chops go on sale, buy you some. I got these out of the freezer. I bought them on sale and then I froze some of them. And now I'm getting to eat them for practically nothing. Y'all have a wonderful night. God bless you. He's given us this good food to eat and I'm going to honor him by eating it. And we thank him for it, for the food that we eat, the porch we sit on, the family that we love, the Bible, his word, that nothing will destroy. It's going to be here forever. Love y'all. Bye-bye.